Obviously, we're in strange times when our president, the one president that a lot of people were kind of back and forth about, the one president that a lot of people are looking at and probably realizing, I say with all due respect, no offense, probably realizing isn't exactly fit for the job as they thought he would be because they were desperate to get who out. But we live in a strange time when this president, Joe Biden, and his COVID response team make things sound less threatening and less troublesome than the media and Dr. Fauci, who's supposed to be part of that team to an extent, or at least an advisor to him to an extent. The CDC and even doctors around the country and in parts of the country making it out to be. And what I mean is, with the fact that this new omicron variant of the COVID was discovered in South Africa and it's sort of spread very minusculely, across the UK and other European countries and all that, thus resulting in a lot of those countries, including the US and Canada and all of them, putting on temporary travel bans to make sure nothing comes our way or gets, even more into the countries, that have somewhat reported cases. We live in a strange time when his team makes it sound less threatening than what the others are. Because you have the media making it sound worse than what it is. You have Fauci saying things like inevitably it'll be here. You have doctors locally here in California saying that it's here, but we just got to find it. And probably doctors saying the same thing across other parts of the country. Saying it's, that it is in their states. They just got to find it. And then the CDC kind of to an extent making it sound worse than what it is. When in actuality, and I said this in my post-Thanksgiving live stream, when in actuality, what they should just come out and say is, yes, this is one of concern. This is one to kind of keep an eye on. But what we really want to do is come out during this holiday season and recommend, if not suggest, you guys go out and get your vaccinations, go out and get your boosters. That's all they should be saying. I mean, it's almost like Fauci when he say it's inevitably going to be here. He's like, well, it is of concern, it is of concern, go get the vaccine. And inevitably, it probably will be here, go get the vaccine. That's what it is. It's like he'll say certain things to make it sound worse, but in actuality, in between that, it sounds like he's saying get the vaccination or get the boosters. That's what he's doing. It's like, and it's even the media. Even the media is like, well, it looks like it could end up here, go get the vaccine, and eventually this potentially could be the date, go get the booster and the vaccine. That's all they actually are doing. In between, they're just trying to tell you, get the vaccine, get the booster, get the vaccine, get the booster. And if that's it, if that's the real reasoning, I should say, if that's it and the real reasoning, then they need to say it. They don't need to keep trying to fear-monger the entire populace. I mean, when you have, like I said, our own president and his response team saying, hey, look, it is of concern but not of panic, making it sound less threatening than what everybody else is, then that even that response team is like probably thinking, really? Seriously? Again? What is going on here? Now you want to do it again? This is stupid. So, them coming out and telling Biden, yeah, it is a concern, but we shouldn't panic because we're ahead on, the vaccinations and all that, even the boosters. It's just so stupid. And again, I say that with all due respect, no offense, but it's just so stupid. Because, it's one thing I'll put it this way. It would be one thing entirely. It would be one thing completely differently and entirely if this Omicron was already in the country and it was basically not only affecting people, but also affecting those that are fully vaccinated and boosted. Basically showing the inefficiency of both. If it started doing that, then yeah, that would be one of panic. Like, oh God, this thing can't even be stopped by the vaccinations or the boosters. But here's the thing. We are way ahead of that. We are at a point we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I'm not saying that this isn't one of concern. It is. It is of concern. I'm not saying that. I do agree with, believe it or not, with Biden and others that kind of think along that way. But when you're the media, when you're Fauci, when you're the CDC to an extent, and your local doctors around the country saying that, saying differently, people are not going to trust the words you say. They're not going to trust the words you say because in actuality, all you're trying to say, but you're making it sound worse than what it is go get the vaccination, get the booster. That's what you're saying. Now, I'll put it this way. I'm fully vaccinated, so is my mom. We have yet to get the boosters, but eventually we will because we got the Moderna shot, or the Moderna vaccination, or vaccine, I should say, back in the spring. And eventually we will get the boosters with the same vaccine, the Moderna, very down the line. We just want to wait a little bit to see if there's any effects from those that get that, because my mom had a teacher possibly take the Johnson & Johnson and Pfizer, get sick from the booster, so she wants to make sure the Moderna doesn't do the same. But still, it's like, even the fully vaccinated, and even the, boosted, fully vaccinated and boosted folks out there look at these headlines and they're like, this is ridiculous. Stop fear-mongering people. Stop fear-mongering them. Let them have a choice. Because here's the thing. When people come out, and even fully vaccinated and boosted people come out and say, hey, we're supporting people, and letting them have a choice on what they want to do, they're going basically by the percentage numbers of fully vaccinated and boosted citizens around the country. They're looking at the fact that, hey, this person's fully vaccinated and boosted, this person's fully vaccinated, if not boosted, and they're like, we shouldn't have to worry, and the people that don't want to get vaccinated shouldn't have to be told, wear a mask and all that because of this and that. So yeah, when you have basically even the fully vaccinated and to extent the fully boosted as well, coming out and, saying, hey, we support those that want to make a choice, and everything on whether or not they want to get these vaccinations, it's because of the fact that they're going by the idea that the numbers are way up and we don't have to worry. We don't have to necessarily worry too much about those that don't get the vaccinations or boosters until they're ready to do so, until they get more information on it. And then once they get the information and feel very comfortable about probably getting it, then they probably will. But again, when you come out and you're the media, and you come out and you make it sound worse than what even the president and his own team, are making it out to be, along with these, other doctors are saying something similar to what you're saying, and to an extent the CDC and Fauci as well. When you all of you, when all these people, all these groups are making it sound worse than what it is compared to the president and his team, it tells you that in actuality, all they're doing is saying, yes, like with Fauci, all he's doing is saying, yes, it'll never be here, go get the vaccine. And we should be prepared for it, go get the vaccine and the booster. That's all they're actually doing. It may not be what they're actually saying during the interviews or the speeches, but they might as well be saying it. They might as well be saying like, you know what, we are ahead of the curve. We are way ahead, more so than anybody thought we were. Go get the vaccine. And we will not let this omicron variant cross our borders into our country. Go get the vaccine and the booster. That's all they're actually doing. That's what it really sounds like they're actually doing. And if that's the case, then just say it. Just report, yes, it was discovered. And we would highly recommend you all get the vaccination, those that are not vaccinated, or those that are fully vaccinated, to go out and get the booster. And that's it. That's it. That's all they have to do. That's all they have to do. Because when you come out and you make things sound worse than what they are, when you come out and make things sound worse than what they are, whether you're the media, the news media, whether you're people like Fauci, whether you're local doctors across the country, whether you're the CDC to an extent, when you make things sound worse than what they are, to a point that even the fully vaccinated, as well as the fully vaccinated and fully boosted, start laughing and, saying this is stupid, this is dumb, what are you guys doing? And even acknowledging that all you're doing is fear-mongering, then and the fact that you now have people even saying that Biden and his team make it sound less threatening than what you are, then it shows that all you're trying to do is control people. And if you just want people to get the vaccination and the booster, then just say it. Just say it. Just come out and say, look, it's not here in the country yet. It's not one that's going to be probably a big threat like we're making it out, like, others are making it out to be. But we would all fully recommend you get the vaccination and the booster. And that's all they have to say. That's all they have to say. Fauci should not have said inevitably it's going to be here. He should say it inevitably could be here, but I would highly recommend you get the vaccination and the boosters. That's all he has to say. He didn't have to say inevitably would be here. He could have said inevitably it could be here, but to make sure it doesn't, get the vaccination and the booster. That's all he had to say. But he didn't say that. And even if he didn't say inevitably will be here and people are playing it up worse than what it is, then again, you look at these reports, these headlines, and you have even the fully vaccinated and to an extent the fully boosted laughing at this and seeing how ridiculous it is. It's like, seriously, this is dumb. This is pathetic. This is dumb. And that's all you have to say. It's all you have to say. So if I'm the media, if I'm Fauci, if I'm the CDC, if I'm all these local doctors around the country in all the various 50 states, I take back what I say. I take back what I say. I come out. I admit the truth that yes, it is of one concern, like our president said, and we do apologize for making it sound worse than what it is, but what we really want you guys to do is get the vaccination and the booster, so at least we can make sure it doesn't really come into this country, if at all, or nobody gets affected. That's all they have to say. That's all they have to say, but they don't. They don't. And, everybody wonders why they can't be trusted anymore. Why the news media, why people like Fauci, why they can't truly be trusted, why these doctors that get interviewed that are part of this can't be trusted, the CDC. It's because of the fact that you guys are making things sound worse than what it is. And it needs to stop. Because like I said, when you have Joe Biden and his team making it sound less threatening than what you are, then that shows that even someone like him and his team are seeing the ridiculousness in the whole matter. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the fact that when you look at this, it's Joe Biden and his COVID response team that makes it less threatening than what it is, makes more sense about it than what it is, than the media, Fauci, and the CDC to an extent, and even the local doctors around the country that get interviewed about it, saying it's probably here, we got to find it. What are your thoughts about that? Comment down below, live chat during the premiere, like the video, check out the Teespring store, especially during this holiday Christmas season. Also check me out at BW Rose's Discussions on all your favorite audio podcast locations except for Pandora. Also check me out at BW Roses on VENMO. Also check me out at BW Roses on Patreon to help support there, as well as Venmo. But again, let me know what you guys' thoughts are. Let me know what your thoughts are. Comment, live chat, and I'm out.